Hey everyone. Hello. Hi. Teddy Bear says hello. Hi. Oh, so I'm a minute late. I apologize. I was getting my head wrapped around a gazillion things today and wanted to talk things I wanted to talk to you about. So, how are you? It's Tuesday. And let's see, it is a week before the Lunar New Year. So the folks over at Cricket, hey, I don't know why the dogs are barking. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Come here, you guys. Anyway, the folks over at Cricket, hey, thank you. Folks over at Cricket put together a bunch of great items for us to put together for the Lunar New Year. This is the first for them, so I'm pretty excited about it. And I wanted to show you one of the lanterns. There's like 6 of them. I wanted to show you one of the lanterns today. Also, we have our fourth, is it our fourth winner? Yes, our fourth winner of the January giveaway that I'm going to be announcing later on in the show. And we still have one more giveaway for this month. So I'm looking for ideas from you guys, what you want to win next month. So definitely make sure you mention it because I have to be setting that up. Oh, it's pretty soon for February because we give away. Good morning. Good morning. We give away $500 retail value of Cricut product every month here on Cricut Chat with Miss Rita. I am your host, Rita, and if you're new, those dogs you hear barking are my corgis, and I do these lives from my house. So they do tend to settle down after the first couple minutes. So if it bothers you, you can, just kind of come in like a couple minutes in, and it won't, hopefully won't bother you. Okay, so let's see. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get started. As you can see, my machine is going. So I can't really show you anything just yet on the machine. So the first thing that I want to mention is for Freebie Friday. We're going to go to Freebie Friday. This is what we're going to be doing for Freebie Friday this Friday. It's a lantern card that I'm going to change up a little bit, and so I want to show you how it's done. But go ahead and pick this up at Barely Art. This is the art company. I'm sorry, the glue company that I favor. One of the glue companies that I favor, and its website is barely.art. Okay, barely.art. So pick this up. It comes in several pieces. I have cut it out, but I wanted to add some different things because there's no sentiment on the inside. Also, I find their explanation of how to put it together a little bit mind-boggling. So we'll go over that as well. Um, and let's see, we also have somebody in our community. You may or may not know her, but Melody Lane, who is a big voice in the crafting, particularly Cricut crafting community, has taken ill. And while on vacation, her and her son, Alex, they have both taken ill while visiting Las Vegas. They're from Florida, and they drove from Florida to Las Vegas. They were having a great time, and over the weekend they fell ill with COVID. And Melody also has pneumonia. So I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to follow the story, but there isn't that much information. Having had a brother-in-law who was intensive care for COVID for close to 3 months, I realized that that's just the way it is. It can be very up and down, and they are giving and getting the best treatment that they can. But I thought it would be fun if we all rallied around her and maybe sent some cards. And I've actually reached out to my other product experts, because Melody is a product expert for Cricut, as am I. And you guys that have been with me a while know that. There's also Carol uh, from Carol's Cricut Craft, and Abby from Sassy Renita Crafts. But there are others, Jennifer Maker, Paulette Trent. And Holly Mastella. There's a few of us. So I reached out to them and asked them if they wanted to create some sort of a card sending event. Now, I don't yet have addresses, and I know how much some of you really, really like to send cards. The thing about Melody, she doesn't like get well cards. I remember her saying that to me very clearly at one point. I think it was when we were doing our challenge. But so I was thinking of you cards, or not get well, but cheer up, or something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. So if you are interested in this, I will get more information for you, and we can kind of put together. So hopefully she can get showered with a lot of cards, or just mail. I mean, it's real hard to be in the hospital. And so I just think this would be a fun thing for her, and a good way for us to support her in the community. So that's the second thing. The third thing is we are wrapping up our giveaway for the month. We are giving away this month, or have been giving away this month, um, Cricut Bright Pad Goes. I'm seeing my machine is almost done cutting, which is a good thing. Cricut Bright Pad Goes, and we are excited about that. But if you haven't got your name in, or if you want to get your name in a little bit extra, you can, from now until I think it's Thursday night. So you have a couple more days to get your name in for this month. If you don't get it in for this month, know that we do these giveaways every single month. And so we change it up a little tiny bit. Sometimes we'll have a different prize, but this month is the Bright Pad Go, and I don't know what we're going to do next month. I was kind of leaning towards maybe doing one machine giveaway, and then a couple of small giveaways. I don't know. So I'd love to hear from you about that. Okay. So let's get started. So today we are going to talk a little bit about what I have known it to be called, which was the Chinese New Year, but it is a different. It's not the Chinese New Year. It's really almost all Asian cultures. So by saying Chinese, it's just limiting to one Asian culture. So the proper way to describe it is the Lunar New Year. So it's based on a lunar cycle, and there are each year there is a animal associated with the year. This year it's the tiger. And this doesn't show the tiger, but this is a prosperity saying. And I just loved it. I'm going to show it to you on my screen. It's, I guess, a lantern. I haven't figured out how to hang it yet, but it is this incredibly delicate and just amazing hexagon that is 3D clearly, and it's just beautiful, don't you think? And I put this together using my Cricut. I don't think I could have done it without my Cricut. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I did have to do the cutting, as you saw, ahead of time. I've cut out several of these. So I want to show you how to get the this here, which is a symbol. It's a prosperity symbol on there. And I used glitter cardstock. So I want to show you, I'm going to just start new. Oh, all right. I have to save it. Sorry, save it. And so I went to find these. I went to projects. So here I am on a blank screen, and I went to projects. And here they are. And I said that there's like 8 of them. It's because there are two, two, and two. So there's 6, 7. I was wrong. There's 7 of them. And the one that I'm making for you today, or we're making today, is this one. So I wanted to show you a couple of things when you go in here. The thing I really, really liked and appreciated about this project is the instructions, because I thought they were super clear, and I'm so glad to see that the Cricut team is adding quite a bit of instruction to these things, because it can be a little overwhelming, you know. So definitely want to check out the instructions. Also, when you're going to make this, you would choose a size. It says finished size, but really it's type in this case. So you would choose either the detailed one, which is the one I'm going to show you, or the simple one. Okay. So I'm going to choose the detailed one and show you when I hit customize. I always hit customize. I don't use the make it right off the bat. It brings you to this. Now, the way that this is set up is that there are 12 circles. They're exactly the same, and they have these little cutouts right along the side. And I'm going to show you how to put this together. This requires no glue, as long as you're using glitter vinyl, like adhesive vinyl, for the prosperity symbol. And so if you look at the directions, they did recommend here that you you cut this out of glitter cardstock. Well, I was like, there are a lot of little pieces here, and I don't want to have to deal with all those little pieces and gluing those little tiny pieces. So I said, hey, I'm going to use glitter vinyl to do that. So there are a few tricks with glitter vinyl. So I want you to be aware of them, and I'm going to show you them. So, okay. So to cut this, it's super easy to cut. However, because of the detail, it does take quite a while. And when you go to make it, what I've found is the circles right here only fit 4 to the mat, but and then there's 3 mats because there's 12 circles. But I feel like I am wasting paper if I don't try to squish more circles in. So I'm actually going to move 2 of the circles to the first mat, and then 2 of the last 2 circles to the second mat. That way I'm only going to be using 2 sheets of 12 by 12 inch paper cardstock. And for this project, I did use Cricut cardstock. I like that it's very sturdy. And it works out really, really well for this project. So once you go ahead, and as I didn't really explain what I just did, but I clicked on the triple dot on this 4th panel, this number 4 mat, and I moved it by clicking on the triple dot. I chose move object, and I moved them over here to mat number 2 and mat number 3. So all I need to do is I need to make sure that they all fit on this, and they will all fit on this if I just kind of do a little bit of I don't know, like twister moves and move everything around. Now, one of the things you'll notice here is that there's actually writing on these. This is so helpful because that is going to make it super easy for us to either just color them in if we don't want to deal with the glitter adhesive vinyl, or a placement for the adhesive vinyl. So when you're going to do this, go ahead and squish. If you don't feel like saving space on your, I don't know, I always like to conserve my material. That's how I am. So once we go ahead and do this, we have here are all of the little symbols that we need, and then we have two other mats. Now, I would suggest on the symbols, I would suggest that you cut this from glitter, not glitter cardstock, but glitter vinyl. Glitter vinyl can be a little overwhelming. I'm just going to tell you that. The reason being it cuts differently, and you need to use special transfer tape in order to get it off of the backing and onto your project. Okay, so first of all, you need to use the correct cut. And you can go here to browse all materials, and in this drop down box, choose vinyl, and you can make sure you choose glitter vinyl. Yes, not yesterday, but early last week, maybe. When did we do yesterday. Yeah, we did holographic sparkle vinyl. This is glitter vinyl, so I would choose that. And my little trick when I'm cutting out vinyl is I always add a little bit more pressure, and then it seems to release better on from the waste part. Okay, now these here, these pages, the ones with the circles, I did it two ways because I wanted to see. First, I thought, okay, maybe I need to cut this with intricate cutting. First of all, that takes a super long time. So if you're going to cut these and you're going to make more than one, as I did, to cut them on intricate cut, which is a great setting, but I found it wasn't necessary for this. But if you are going to use it, this is how you would choose it. You would go to your materials, and you can do browse all materials, and it's actually in the cardstock section. Here's the cardstock section. The top this top setting cardstock for intricate cuts was specially designed for very detailed cuts that might otherwise kind of get pulled or ripped. And it's great. I use it a lot, but in this case, I tried it in both ways, and it didn't affect the cut just using a medium cardstock. Okay, so I'm not going to cut anything today, but I am going to talk a little bit about the vinyl, and then I'm going to show you how to put this together. Okay, out of focus. I'm out of focus. I don't know why that is. You know, this software that I use, it's browser based, which may be the reason why it goes out of focus. Oh, I know what else I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you something else that's pretty exciting. Okay, so let us talk a little bit about glitter vinyl. So this is not gold, clearly, it's silver glitter vinyl. But I want to remind you that inside of the roll is obviously your glitter vinyl, but also you get a sheet of 12 by 12 strong transfer tape. A lot of times people, when they have the glitter vinyl, they don't realize that it's in there. So I want to just show you that it is indeed in there, and you should use it for when you are doing transfers. It makes your life a whole lot easier. So here is a brand new glitter vinyl roll that I'm trying to open up. Okay, so yes, here is your glitter. And of course it's got a little tiny bit of tape here to hold it in place. But when you go to the middle, you will see it's a surprise, like a Cracker Jack box. There's a surprise inside. You get a 12 by 12 sheet of Strong Grip transfer tape. So you can buy the Strong Grip transfer tape separately, but I've never done that. I've just always used the one that's on the inside. So the Strong Grip transfer tape really does help quite a bit. Okay. And you won't be all like, oh, I hate this. So when you're cutting out the glitter vinyl, which is what I did here, you can hardly see where it's cut out, but this is how I'm going to weed it for you. Whoops. Let's go ahead. Yep. And it is a different consistency, so you might want to be a little more careful about your weeding, at least the initial part of the weeding. So especially because you have this very detailed thing. See how it rips a little bit? It's different than a regular vinyl. So just be a little, aware of that, and go a little bit slower. I actually have all this waste. I apologize. I shouldn't have had that much waste there. But it weeds pretty much the same way as regular vinyl. So this is what we're doing. We're taking off the excess. And all of these symbols, by the way, are exactly the same. So it doesn't much matter. It doesn't really matter where you put them on your circles. Okay. So here we go. And to weed them properly, there are these four little squares here. And there. So this is one symbol, but I'm going to actually weed all of these because if I can, I'm going to try to weed them all, because then I'm going to put transfer tape over the whole business, the whole thing. So here's what I'm doing. I'm removing the excess. And here would be a great place to be talking about the Bright Pad Glow, which would help. And also, this is not my favorite. This one here is not I don't know if this is my favorite one or not. I have favorites. So here we go, removing these little pieces. There we go. That one's coming off good. All right. And there are, as I mentioned, there's, 12 of these. So, whoops, look what happened. So here this piece came out. So I am going to actually save it. I have it here on my finger, and I'm just going to lift up these pieces and then put it back down here. If I could see a little bit better, I can't because of the camera. I could put it exactly in the right place, but be careful, as I said, when you are weeding it, because something like that could happen, and then you have to cut it all together. If you can't save it, you have to cut it out again. So almost done here. Okay. Now, if you don't like weeding, or you don't like working with vinyl, you can also use a gold pen. Let me show you, because there is a pen marking on the circle. So here is the circle, and you notice that it matches with this. So originally the project says to use a berry, which is kind of a pinkish red, a berry colored pen. But I decided that I would use my gold marker, medium tip marker on these. The reason why I was thinking, okay, maybe I don't want to make them all the glitter vinyl. So I used this pen to do the outline. And then if I didn't want to use the vinyl, I could just come back with my pen and fill in this, which looks okay. It's not bad. But honestly, I got to the place where I said, I would much rather have the glitter vinyl on there. So you can do this way if you're thinking, or you don't have any or something, but you got these pens, because these came in one of the mystery boxes recently. I forget which one, Bare Necessities maybe. So this is a medium tip, which is a felt tip, 1.0 millimeter gold pen. Okay. So let me get all this off of me. And while I am doing that, I'm going to mention who the winner is of the 4th Cricut Bright Pad Go. I also want to thank the folks over at Cricut for providing us with these prizes every month. And it's really, I love being able to give prizes to everybody. Who doesn't want to win a prize? Clearly, I mean, it is, we do use something called Rafflecopter to set these up. And so you just go and you follow the link, you put your name and your email address in, and then when the time comes, I go and just select a winner. Okay. So, so the winner for the number 4 is actually another Dawn. It is Game Show Dawn. Dawn Walsh. I call her Game Show Dawn just because she does a lot of these giveaways, and clearly she has put her name in probably very regularly for this every day. So Dawn Walsh, you are the winner of the Cricut Bright Pad Go, a $100 retail value, and it is a what's the word? It's a chargeable. That's why they call it Go. So you can plug it in and charge it and take it with you wherever you go. And I know Dawn does a lot of traveling in her RV, so I think that she's going to need it. So congratulations to Dawn. Dawn, you know the drill. Send me an email at Miss Rita to the Rescue at gmail.com with your Upper Coverdale address. I never remember the numbers, so I definitely need your address. And then we send them out at the end of the month, so it probably won't go out until next week. Okay, so anybody who won this month, and we had Loretta, we had Don Little, I forget the other one, and Dawn, and then we have one more to go, and then we'll send them out next week probably. All right, so while I was doing that, you'll notice I have put my strong grip transfer tape, and it does say right on there, so you can't get confused, strong grip transfer tape. So once we put it on, it is much thicker and it is tackier. So I would recommend only use it for the glitter vinyl. And now what I'm doing is I'm burnishing this on the top, and then I will flip it over and burnish on the bottom like this. Okay, now we can cut these out individually and work with them on our circles. So here we go. I can just take these and just be careful because it can get a little confusing, but we're just going to cut out each one like that. Okay. So I have a few here as well, but pretty simple, pretty basic. Don't need to give you too many instructions on this, I don't think. And you would have 12 of them. So it can be a little labor intensive, but otherwise you can handle it. So here are our circles. There's 12 of them and they are all the same. So just go ahead and take one at a time. And again, just to be on the safe side, go ahead and do a little more burnishing there. And then we are going to remove that backing. See that? And we are going to take, and I'll do a couple of these so you can see, but we're lining it up on where the pen marks are. Oops, did I get a little? Yeah, I did, but that's okay. So, cardstock, using vinyl on cardstock is so efficient, and it will, especially if you have like, just a lot of the little pieces, it really helps. So I would much rather use this than the glitter cardstock, even though I love glitter cardstock. So we're just going to go through and put these on all 12 of our circles. Do a couple, and then I will show you how to assemble it. Okay. Now, when you are using this, be careful when you're using transfer tape, especially the strong grip transfer tape, is you don't want to push it like all the way on your paper. I like to keep like the edge up because it is strong, and you can if you're not using the right kind of cardstock, you can like actually take the top layer off of the cardstock with it, and we don't like that. So okay, so we would go ahead and do this for all 12. Again, they're exactly the same, and here is what I mean. See right there? You can like lift a little bit of the paper. So you do have to do this sort of gently. Like that. Okay. So you'll end up with 12 of these. And I didn't do all 12, obviously. I will do them later on. But let me show you how these go together. I just did the pen with these, okay? So we're going to take the first two and holding them exactly the same, because this is the upwards one. We're going to take and we're going to slide this side piece right in there, okay? Then we're going to take the next one and do the same thing. Okay. Then we'll take the next one, but instead of side by side, we're going to put it on the bottom. So we put it here on this bottom of this one, and then on the bottom of this one. Now, the first time you do this can be a little bit scary. You're thinking, is this right? We're basically going to be making a bowl because we're making a sphere. So now that we have that bottom piece in place, we're going to take and put the next piece through this bottom piece and then through the side piece. And you might have to adjust it. Don't worry. See, we're making like a bowl. The next one goes in the same way through the bottom. and then, whoops, sorry, then through this side, and then on this side. Okay. So what you end up having is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the side and 1 on the bottom. Okay. Next comes, we're basically creating the same thing, only the other inverse, I guess. So we're going to take the next one and we're going to put it through the top here of the left one and then on the right one. Just like that. See that? Move your piece and we're going to keep working through there. So we're going to take this one, put it through and here. But instead of just the 2 places, we now are going to connect it to the side piece. See? Keep going. All right, so bottom to the bottom piece, and then to one side, and then to the other side. Like that. See how it's coming out, and just move your piece. And the next one, side here. No glue. Isn't this great? No glue. I wonder how you could hang these, because they're supposed to be lanterns, right? I was thinking maybe a little bit of like monofilament. I think that would work out well. Put a little tiny hole at the top and use monofilament, but I kind of like the way it looks without hanging, although it would look really kind of cool. And lanterns are very traditional for the Lunar New Year. Oops, little piece that it didn't come out of the cutting. Okay, so here we go. Now that's the last of the 5 pieces, you see. So we're going to then connect it to that first one, and we are almost done. We have one more piece. Now I obviously have more than one piece because I cut this out more than once, but then the last piece, which is going to go exactly like the bottom piece, like this. We are going to make sure you connect at all of these cutouts. So there's 1, 2, there's 5 cutouts, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, 4. And then the very last one, you might have to do a little bit of acrobats here with the bending of the paper, but don't tug on it. It will work. All right. And go ahead and check all of your connections, making sure that they're not like that they're creating like sort of an open fan there, like an open piece. And that's it. That's it. What do you think? Isn't it beautiful? I just love it. I think it would look very pretty either, just on your mantle, or if you want, you can put a tiny little hole in one of these sides and hang it up. It's really pretty, in my opinion. And it looks so wonderful. I don't know if you can see how incredible it looks. And I think a lot of people are going to look at you and say, how did you do that? And you did it using your Cricut. Isn't that awesome? So that, my friends, is that's it for today. Wow, we ended up quick. So this is going to be a really fun, it's available in Cricut Design Space. It could cut, if you want to cut it with the Joy, you would be able to cut it with the Joy. And again, just to come back, if you came in late, let's go over here and I can show you where these are and which this one is. Now, the other ones, are going to be a little bit different. If you are interested in seeing them, let me know. But I just went over here to projects and it shows right at the very top. So the Lunar New Year sphere, this is the one we did, the one called Lunar New Year Hexagon Lantern. So I don't need to give you this file. It's available for free if you are a Cricut Access member. And then these other ones, if you want to see them put together, I would be happy to do them. But I thought this one was the most challenging looking. Okay. Let's see. So tomorrow we're going to be working with Print Then Cut again. It is, we're going to be making classroom Valentines using Miss Kate Cuttables images. So I want to show you where those are. Let's go new. Let's save. Oh, I don't need to save because it's all actually already. Okay, so new. So we're going to go to images and then all images and down here to image sets. And you're going to type in here Miss Kate, MISSKATE, and you will see there are 34, but a few on the end are not part of the Miss Kate. But there are 34 image sets here, and we are actually going to be using, I think it's this one, Love Letters. There are some really, really cute images that we're going to flatten and print on cardstock and then put together a little classroom card. What I mean by that, it's not going to be actually an open, like a card that has a fold in it. It's just going to have on the back to and from. But there are all these wonderful images. Look at this happy Valentine's Day. There's a dinosaur. There's a bee. There's a whole bunch of them. This one here with the hedgehog. Maybe it's supposed to be a porcupine, but it says, "Will you be mine?" Just really cutesy cards that we're going to make from all of these images, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So I hope you can join me tomorrow, the same time, 9 a.m. When we do those. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions on how this works, definitely check out the replay because it's super simple to do. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.